Do you know where what you're looking for is? You launched it, you put it into the vortex, your inner being is surrounding it, and it is surrounding your inner being, and that is all of that source of love that you're looking for. It's your inner being, it's the source. What you're looking for is who you now are and where you now are. Your source is not outside of you, your source is within you. Happy is natural to you, and you will be that naturally happy being unless you're focused upon something that puts resistance into your vibration and doesn't allow you to hook up. So being plugged in is what happiness is, because that's where your clarity is, that's where your exhilaration is, that's where your energy is, that's where your balance is, that's where your well-being is, that's where your timing is. That's what you're reaching for. And why is that what you're reaching for? Oh, do you know what real happiness is? It's catching up with where you went before you knew it. The contrast caused you to go there, and you fulfilled your reason for being. You sifted through contrast, and you came to new clarity, and you became more vibrationally. But now the physical part of you that is also vibrating, has to catch up with where you've been, with what you've become, with who you now are. And if you don't come into alignment with your request, if you don't come into alignment with what you're asking for, then there's that contrast that you translate through the emotion of unhappiness. Picture this. We're going to use words that don't apply, but picture yourself standing on the brink of coming into your physical body. Now, everything about that statement is wrong, because you're not standing anywhere. Your consciousness, but you are aware that your consciousness is focused toward this physical beingness. And we want you to feel the enthusiasm with which you are focused there, because you know for sure, because of all the creating that you've done before. In other words, we haven't even talked about all of the intentionality that you held as non-physical beings about the subject of coming into this body. We haven't even talked about that at all, and yet so much intention from your non-physical soul, source, consciousness about being in this body. And you are about to become, hear this, you are about to become the manifestation of your source's desire. Splat, you are born. Standing on the brink of that manifestation. Can you feel how big that is and how important that is? So here you are in this physical body, becoming, changing, knowing, stretching, giving birth to new desires, and you taking the universe to places that it has never been before. Now you're going to feel the gap if you don't catch up pretty quick. That's the love you're looking for. It's not somebody else adoring you. It's not somebody else holding you as their object of attention while they're in alignment. What you're looking for when you're looking for love, you're looking for your complete and full reconnection with the whole of who you are. And nothing less than that will ever do for you. And you're not going to find it in the arms of a lover. You're not going to find it in some magnificent structure, although that's nice too. What you want to do is reconnect with the whole of who you are, and then take a tour. Reconnect with who you are, and then. Because the only relationship that we would be thinking about if we were standing in your physical shoes for a while would be the relationship between your thoughts and the thoughts of your inner being, would be the relationship between you and you. Your happy state, your alignment is like you are cork bobbing on the surface of the water, and you can hold the cork under and introduce resistance, but when you let go, you're going to bob right back up again. And so when you realize that the alignment that we are talking about all day, every day, is really what you're all reaching for, that alignment with who you are is the relationship that you are looking for, and you're able to maintain it, then what happens is it unfolds, it becomes more, you get impulses, and then you have a manifestation. Even after a manifestation has happened, this is what is tripping most people up, so that they are not able to maintain a good feeling. You line up in fits and spurts. You line up and things manifest, and then you try to maintain or tend to your manifestations in a whole different way than the way it came to you to begin with. So I get it that I create through thought and alignment. I get that. And I'm feeling happy. And now I'm focused in an action part of my life, and I've found something that I've decided to be unhappy about. So what do I do now? And we say, so now the momentum is such that there's really not much that you can do. And yet that's where most people spend most of their life. That's what you spend most of your thoughts thinking about. So the answer is you leave it right there and you say, this feeling is my indication that I'm going about it in the wrong way. I'm going about it in a way that will not work. I'm going about it in an action way. I'm not adjusting my vibration. I'm asking for something else to change so that I can have a response to it. So back away from the thoughts. So how could you get back into, you focus upon something that feels really good. And as you continue to do that, if you will continue to realign with who you see, this is the thing that you're not remembering. And it's the thing that we talk so much about. Everything that you want, everything that you have not found that you think you want, when you didn't find it, you put it into your vortex. You didn't find it, so you put it into your vortex. Now it's in the vortex is doing the work. Law of attraction is gathering the cooperative components. Your inner being is there amplifying all of that. So you did the work with your struggle. You put it into the vortex, and now you wake up and you feel good, and more of it comes, but not enough of it came. So more contrast, you put more of it in the vortex. And so you wake up and more of it came, but you didn't let it in. And so what keeps happening is the vortex keeps being full of more of what you want. But when you keep struggling for it, trying to get it to come out where you can see it through your demands or through your statements or through your compromises or through your long talks with one another as you try to wear the other one down to get the other one to give you what you want, what happens is your vortex is still full, your inner being is still there, you're just not letting it in. And so at some point, we so want you to realize you've already got it done. You don't have to argue your point anymore. You don't have to convince anybody. Your vortex is the full realized version of what you want. You just want to chill so that you can get enough into the receptive mode that you can be at the right place at the right time and have the right timing and say the right thing in order to be the realizer of what you want. And then you'll say, it's a miracle. I got what I want, when what you actually did was you finally let in what you've wanted for a while, what has been ready for you for a while, but you haven't been ready for it. And the reason you are not ready for it is because you're too focused upon what has manifested, which isn't it. Did you hear that? It is in the vortex and it will come to you. But as long as you're looking where it isn't, you can't let in what is. Oh, it's so powerful and so important. Do you believe that you are a vibrational being? Yes. And do you believe that you live in a vibrational universe? Yes. And does it make sense to you that through the contrast that you've lived, that you have contributed a stream of thoughts all of the days of this physical life and even before you got into this body that have amassed in a vibrational reality? Can you accept that? We know that's the piece that's a little hard because you can't see it. But is it logical, given what you know? A lot of it's been there for a while. It's in various stages of evolution and readiness for you. But there's enough there to keep you busy for 20 or 30 lifetimes, so you really don't need to keep working on putting stuff in there. So can you accept that when we tell you that your manifestation is past tense, that what we mean is what's in the vortex is present tense as far as your inner being is concerned? Are you able to, for a moment, separate yourself from your inner being enough to know that there's a version of you that is non-resistant, that is standing with all of your things, with all of the things that you want? Can you feel that you-ness, that version of you? And now can you feel the satisfaction of those two yous merging? And can you feel that when you let yourself merge with that ideas will come to you, that timing will come, that inspiration will come, that events will come, that circumstances will come? And doesn't that really feel like what life is really all about? In other words, isn't that really what you want? If all of that is true, and it is our promise to you that it is, and if you are feeling resonance with it, and we can feel that you are, then doesn't it right now in this moment seem absolutely silly to be banging around in physical stuff trying to fix things? Doesn't that just seem odd? I need to talk to you about something. What is it? Well, I just need to explain to you something that isn't going very well. Sit down. I need to explain to you how I feel. Really? You've got infinite intelligence over here tending to what you really want, and you're going to try to get it out of somebody here? Can you feel how silly it is to be trying to take action to make things happen? What you want to say is, hey, I need to go to bed because I'm not getting from you what I'm capable of getting from you, and it's not your fault because I'm going about it the hard way. I'm going to go to sleep and do it the easy way. I'm going to meditate and do it the easy way. I'm going to make lists of positive aspects and do it the easy way. I'm going to let it come as it comes and do it the easy way. I'm going to stop trying to demand it. I'm going to stop stomping on the corn and demanding that it come up and show itself to me. I'm going to let it gestate. I'm going to let it get ready, and I'm going to get ready. I'm going to rendezvous with my true desire. And all cooperative components that the universe has gathered up are going to be, now you might not want to tell this to everybody, but you're understanding it, aren't you? Don't you feel less inclined to try to create through conversations and more inclined to know that the vortex knows, and more inclined to get in alignment, and then more inclined to have the conversation, the right conversation, when it's inspired to you? So what we just talked about, what we just explained to you, is what deliberate creating is. So when we're talking about conditional living, mostly what we're saying, if you want to be unconditional, you want to be non-reactive to conditions. Because when you're reacting to conditions, you're not in your power. You're not in concert with your inner being. You're not utilizing the energy that creates worlds. You're out there on the raw and ragged edge. You are a paltry, puny piece of yourself trying to make things happen. Did we do a good sales job? Don't you want to plug in first and then get into the receptive mode and then? Don't you just want to tune into who you are and just let the universe deliver to you exactly what you want? Don't you want to feel the satisfaction as you are surprised and delighted with things? Don't you know that satisfying feeling of, as it's manifesting, recognizing that it was in the vortex, and now you must be in that right place that is allowing it out for you to experience? So, do you know that you are the creator of your own experience? Yes, you do. Do you know that you live in a vibrational universe? Yes, you do. Do you know that everything that you want is a vibrational reality? And do you know it's accessible to you now? And do you know how to access it? Get happy about anything. You know how to hold it off? Focus upon the things that are missing. Try to figure out how to make them happen. Take score of how long it's taking. Notice the other people that have the things that you want that you don't have. Keep adding more engines on the resistance end of the chain. Complain about what's not happening. Notice the now. Go to bed, wake up and notice the now. Go to bed, wake up and notice the now. Go to bed, wake up and notice the now. Go to bed, wake up and notice the now. Something's got to change.